Welcome back. This video will be revising how to identify key signatures and how to apply them to melodies. A key signature tells you the key of a piece or the main scale of a piece by showing you what notes are sharp or flat. It's much easier to read than using accidentals for every note. For example, in this key signature, we have a sharp on the top line, on the top F. This means that every single F you see, whether it's on the top line or in the bottom space or on a ledger line, is going to be an F sharp, which is much easier than having to write a sharp on every single F. For sharp key signatures, we start at C major, which has no sharps or flats, and we count up 5 for every sharp we see. So we count C, B, E, F, G, and another sharp, G, A, B, C, D, and another sharp, D, E, F, G, A. So, how do we work out this key signature? Well, we identify that there are 2 sharps in it, so we start at C and count up 5 twice. C, B, E, F, G, G, A, B, C, D. So it's in D major. What about this key signature? So our first step, we identify that there are 4 sharps. So we are going to start at C and count up 5 4 times. C, B, E, F, G, G, A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Is in E major. So those are our sharp key signatures. For flat key signatures, we follow a very similar process, but with a different number. For every flat we see, we count up 4 from the previous key signature. So we start at C again with no flats or sharps. We see 1 flat, we count up C, D, E, F. We add another flat, F, G, A, B flat. Notice how it's B flat because there is a B flat in the previous key signature. We add another flat over here, B flat, C, D, E flat. Again, E flat because there is an E flat in the previous key signature. So, how do we work this out? Well, we would notice that there are 2 flats in the key signature. We start from C and we count up 4 twice. C, D, E, F, F, G, A, B flat. So it is the key of B flat major. What about this key signature? Have a think. Well, we can identify that there is 1 flat, so we only have to count up 4 once. C, D, E, F. So it is the key signature of F major. What about this key signature? Well, there are 4 flats, so we're going to have to count up 4 times. C, D, E, F, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat. An A flat because there is an A flat in the key signature. So this is the key signature of A flat major. So that's how we identify key signatures on their own. How to identify the keys of pieces of music? So for this passage of music, I'd first look through and identify what accidentals there are. There are 2 sharps, a C sharp and an F sharp. So we're going to start at C and count up 5 twice. C, D, E, F, G, G, A, B, C, D. It is in D major. How do we know that these sharps are in the key signature and not just random accidentals? Well, part of that's going to come from us learning our key signatures off by heart, so we can easily tell when notes are part of a key signature and when they are just random notes. Often, though not in melodies as short as this, notes that are in the key signature will be repeated. So there might be a bunch of C sharps throughout the piece of music. That's going to make it more likely that C sharp is in the key signature, and there might be a bunch of F sharps throughout the piece of music, including in other spaces, in which case it'll probably be in the key signature. Finally, we can play the melody and see if it sounds like a coherent piece of music without random notes. That sounds pretty coherent. It sounds like all of the notes belong to the same scale. Finally, there is a rule of thumb we can use when we're trying to work out key signatures quickly, which is that the first and last notes of a melody or scale are often the tonic, so it will often tell you the key you're in. In this case, we begin and end on a D, which would have been a shortcut to telling us that we're in D major, though that can vary, and you do absolutely want to check the sharps or flats that are in your melody. So, with all of that in mind, what is the key of this melody? So I'm going to look through. I've identified that there are two flats, a B flat and an E flat. So we're going to start at C and count up 4 twice. C, D, E, F, F, G, A, B flat. So it is in B flat major. Again, it begins and ends with a B flat, which would have been a nice clue. And if we were to play it, all of those notes sound like they're from the same scale. None of them stand out as being odd notes, so we can assume that these notes are part of the key signature and not just random accidentals. That brings us to the end of key signatures. Turn to activity 2 in your workbook, then look at the independent work at the end.